This is how I won the Technodad SPUD Showdown. A quick bit of backstory to set up the event. Technoblade's dad worked with a cross-collegiate Minecraft league to host a fundraiser event with over 100 universities across the globe to raise money for the One of Us Foundation. When I was invited to bring my university's Minecraft team to the event, I knew I was going to be in it to win it. To do this, I needed a 3-step plan. 1. Assemble the most cracked team of Minecrafters at my disposal. 2. Come up with the optimal strategy. And 3. Profit. Obviously, step 1 was going to be the hardest, because anyone that has tried to get a group of more than 6 people together for anything knows it's like herding geese. Thankfully, our biggest hurdle was dealt with quickly, as the Minecraft club I had founded at my university a few years prior had grown considerably, and I knew I had people I could count on to lend their hoes to a cause in the memory of our great potato overlord. Now, before I introduce the team, it's time to talk strategy. What's that? I think I hear something in the distance.
Whatever you do, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron.
Oh, right. Well, I suppose I should keep some of our secrets hidden for SPUD Showdown 2, Electric Boogaloo. So here's what I can tell you. The showdown was constructed such that there were teams of roughly a dozen people on a copy of the same world. We were each given access to a series of shops, a bank, and an initial account of 11 potatoes. The shops would get more items added to them as the event progressed, and the bank would let us deposit potatoes to raise our team's potato count. The contents of the shop were given out weeks in advance, so we had plenty of time to strategize. You might notice a few items in the shop that could give an overwhelming advantage. Redstone supplies for making automated contraptions, spawners and spawn eggs for bees, which can fertilize crops, cod, which drop bone meal, allays, which will pick up potatoes, and villagers, which offer trades and can even automatically harvest and replant crops. The shops also contain boosts for our team, like keep inventory and flight. We only have 2 hours to harvest potatoes, so like any good technical Minecrafter with over 25,000 hours in the game, I loaded up my single-player world and ran the numbers on all possible bone meal farms and the amount of resources they would take to make. I weighed this against the bone meal they would produce to see if any of them would pay off the opportunity cost of time spent building versus manually harvesting potatoes. The results were not encouraging. Even with a customized version of Ilmango's Moss bone meal farm optimized for quick and easy construction, it wasn't enough to offset the material cost or the time opportunity cost of planting potatoes manually. You see, a team's potato count would follow exponential growth, as each harvest would basically double the potato count. This means that the early game is by far the most crucial to success, and any misplays could have devastating effects. This also means that every little edge we can eke out early would compound massively later on. This effectively removed any redstone contraption from our pool of viable strategies right off the bat. Looking to the other items in the shop, some of them look like they would be useful, until you see how much everything costs. Items costing hundreds of potatoes that you could buy early would obliterate your economy, since those potatoes could have been planted in your field, earning more potatoes. The benefit they would give would also not remotely be close enough to being worth it, since most of the benefits could be achieved with a clear organization of the team. This leads me to the 3 most important fundamentals of getting an early advantage in potato farming. You see, I am also a mod developer, which means I spend my free time literally reading the source code of the game. This is where I found a crop mechanic known to a very few amount of Minecrafters. Crops will grow twice as fast if you plant them in rows and surrounded by farmland that is not occupied by the same type of crop. This would be crucial, as only a few teams had heard of the mechanic. This means that our team was able to grow a potato crop in an average of 31 minutes, while it took most other teams an hour. Looking at what this does to our theoretical potato yield, the results are staggering. The second fundamental of an early advantage was the fortune enchantment. Using a hoe with fortune on it will cause drops like potatoes and carrots to drop extra crops, which means each harvest would boost our yield even further. And the easiest way to get fortune was through librarian villagers. Lastly, early bone meal is key. For the reasons I mentioned before, every bit of bone meal we can get to boost our initial harvest would have cascading results later on. So having people venture out to gather things that can be composted for early bone meal would be crucial. We also had one little trick up our sleeves. Fully grown potatoes can be hard to distinguish, so I whipped up a rules-legal texture pack that turns fully grown potatoes into this. Needless to say, that won't be an issue anymore. Now, with our fundamental strategy set, it's time to introduce the team. First up, we have the Villager-ers. Here are 2 of the most infamous technical Minecrafters on our university's SMP. They're experienced with working with villagers and often set up iron farms within a few hours of the world's reset. Their job would be to locate a village and cycle librarian trades until they can get fortune books for a hose. If worse comes to worse, they can also use the shop to buy villager eggs, since the fortune buff would eventually offset the initial hit to our economy. Next up, we have the mining duo. These two friends were tasked with getting the early materials we needed to set up our farm, notably an enchanting table for efficiency shovels, buckets, and enough iron for an anvil to apply our Fortune 3 books to hose. The better tools we have to work with, the faster we can expand our farm to keep up with the exponential yields. The Bone Mealers. This team has our adaptive players who would take advantage of everything on the map to get us early bone meal, from growing wheat to looting forests and jungles. Every bone meal they earn cements our early overwhelming advantage. The Tree Punchers. Featuring my second command Nebulous and new rising member of our club Panda, they need to get as much wood as possible for the stick to emerald trades to fund the Fortune 3 books for our whole team. Every stick trade raises the price, so they need to keep up to get as much wood as possible for the villager team. Lastly, and most importantly, the farming squad, headed up by myself as well as Seth and Lunar. Together we would stake out our farm location and begin expanding the landscape to accommodate the massive potato farm we would need to construct and ensure our victory. Each team would accomplish their early mid-game task before dynamically being reassigned to other tasks as the competition carries on and the need of our potato empire changes. We had named our team the Secret Society of Geese, since at our school, the geese at our campus pond have become minor deities and are likely running the entire university from the shadows. We knew that there was a high probability that the other teams would have knowledge of all the optimal Minecraft mechanics, especially with Ivy League universities and MIT on the roster. We couldn't assume our opponents would be just any casuals. The factor that set us apart would be our teamwork and organization. This was a lesson I had learned from my time in Ish's 1,000 player experiment, where the nation I was a part of dominated, despite a lack of resources, through its meticulous organization and sub-team structure like we have here. However, there was one set of wrenches that could throw us off guard. The event organizers had made a list of secret events that would trigger at random points throughout the competition. The events would range from increased tick speed, causing faster growth, to the dreaded fall harvest, where all potatoes in your inventory would spoil. We only had those two examples to extrapolate the rest of the hidden list, and frankly, it could be anything. The best we could do was be light on our feet and ready to adjust our plan as needed. We also did not know what structures or biomes would be present, so we noted a few different tactics we could use to get an additional edge based on the world. A ruined portal could spawn with enchanted tools or obsidian, which would save our miners time from having to get obsidian manually. And enchanted tools could help develop our farm faster. A jungle could give us coca beans, which would allow us to make cookies with wheat to compost for a significant bone meal boost over just regular wheat. As mentioned before, a village could let us skip buying villagers entirely, and would let us start cycling trades for a Fortune 3 book immediately. Other structures like jungle and desert temples often have bones in them as well. After doing a practice run on a private server the week before, we expected a yield of around 30,000 potatoes in 2 hours, but that was without the random events that we couldn't predict, as well as having a decent spawn. Nevertheless, it proved our strategy was effective, and we were able to rule out minor strategy deviations that wouldn't increase our yields, like using stone tools versus iron tools, and spending time killing fish for bone meal. The day of the event comes. Kazoo hadn't slept the night before since he was grinding out our normal SMP and was on his 3rd can of Monster. The event is live streamed by the admins, and they were going around interviewing the teams before the event.
So I must ask, your name's Super Secret Society.
Of geese.
Are you guys going to be, in a way, letting your plans be dark and impenetrable at night, and when you move, you fall like a thunderbolt?
The immortal words of wisdom of sages long past echoed through my head.
Don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron.
So to throw our enemies off, we dispense some advice, knowing other teams might be listening. Well, we have extensively studied the art of war, so we're very familiar with how to effectively develop strategies and not give them away on stream for the other teams to steal from.
Ah,
Ooh,
okay.
Sun
Tzu.
Yep.
So I must ask, what strategies would you give your other teams to farm?
Redstone machines are definitely worthwhile. You should definitely do those.
And,
Yes.
and you're definitely not using that, right, as a strategy? Wink, wink.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yes. I mean, they can make 5,000 potatoes an hour with that, so...
Wow, that's insane.
We also included copious amounts of goose sounds.
So I think that's all the time we have for the interview. I'm sorry we couldn't go longer with you guys, but...
Hit him with the geese!
Alright.
Hit him with the geese!
Hit him with the
Hit
geese!
him with the geese.
We said one quack each, guys. We said one quack each.
That was one quack.
each.
Uh-huh.
It's the secret geese, I'm telling you.
Okay.
Alright, I think that'll be our last interview. The people that are playing. What do you
I
think?
very much appreciate how all confident they are, even if it's just, fun. This is for charity. Honestly, if I had to put my money on it, the last team, they seem pretty confident. They studied the art of war.
They
so
did.
With the admin successfully bamboozled, we are ready to begin our domination. We load into the world and quickly address the situation. A large plains right next to the bank, a ruined portal, and a jungle. This would be more optimal than our trial run if a village was nearby. I send someone to investigate the ruined portal and its contents, and...
Still touch hoe, Fortune 3 golden shovel.
Fortune 3 golden shovel! Wait,
turn it
wait,
around.
wait,
Come in.
Wait, go, 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 go,
Where'd he
go,
go?
go, go, go!
That's big.
No,
Actually.
no, no!
Oh my
Someone,
God.
Wait, aren't the
someone
loot
come south.
tables
There's a village. There's a village here.
random?
Someone come south. Someone come south.
A Fortune 3 golden hoe, the best possible item, and better yet, a village not 2 minutes from spawn. The golden hoe durability doesn't matter since a hoe doesn't take damage from harvesting, and despite all the teams having the same loot, we knew exactly how to take advantage of the hoe. We had everything we could need and more. Almost all of our prepared contingencies were in play, and the admins had no clue was about to unfold. We quickly set up our farm, and within minutes bone meal was rolling in from the team, and we had a magma block in bed ready to reset our hunger quickly. Then, the first event occurred, and everyone gets brief levitation.
We're so suspicious that they have
As
to check
admins here,
on
turn
us.
off fly.
Levitation.
Oh,
Oh,
oh no.
Get in a
Put a
ceiling.
block
Get
on your
in.
head. Put a block on your head. Put a block
Block on your head, block on your head.
I'm mining a tree.
Oh, I'm fucking gone.
Yeah, put your hoe. Put your hoe in there. Put your hoe in there. Drop your hoe, Boris. I'm right below you.
I mean, you don't need to.
This
I'm
is
just gonna
funny.
fall into the water. It's only 15 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in the water and it's not affecting me.
Yeah.
That's so good.
I'm just swimming. I'm chilling.
We're done. We're done.
We're good.
Boosh.
Honestly, this was a really tame event, and they were probably going easy on us at the start. It quickly passes, and we resume working. Magi and Kazoo get soft lock on the villager trade, since once we finally get a Fortune 2 trade, the villager didn't have the necessary secondary paper trade we could use to lock it in. This means Magi has to stay in the villager menu to make sure the trade doesn't reset, while Neb runs to get wood over to a Fletcher to get enough emeralds to buy a book and lock the trade. Unfortunately, another event warning pops up. All players will get teleported back to spawn. This would force Magi out of the villager GUI and deload the villager. The perfect storm for the villager resetting its trade.
Ooh.
Super
All
task.
players will be
location.
teleported to spawn. That's not
Yeah.
fair.
Oh,
I think I
That's
can
not
get the
fair.
That's
obsidian
actually really
before
good.
I think I can get this.
No, that's really
Kazoo.
bad.
That's horrible. No, That's
Yeah, I'm at freaking. Is there a bed over here? Can I set my spawn?
Yeah, see if you can
Quick,
set your
quick.
spawn.
Wait. What if this guy loses his trade?
Magi, find
Fuck.
a bed, set your spawn, and then you can die and
I
get there.
did.
Magi sets her spawn with a bed and uses our magma block to die and respawn back at the villager.
Okay, he still has the trade.
Thank fuck.
Okay.
Alright. I'm running back with the M's.
Okay, there's a bunch of.
Crisis averted. For now. Now 20 minutes in, we began to do some reconnaissance on the other teams via the admin stream. We found that one team had built a string duper for trading with the villagers they had bought at the shop. You see, the server was stated to be running a platform called Purpur, which changes some of the code to be optimal for large amounts of players, as well as patching a lot of the common dupes in the game, like TNT, Carbit, and Rail duping. We expected string duping to be included, so we went for stick trades to be our source of emeralds. After noticing this, we tried to build our own string duper. However, the smaller and more compact version we all knew did appear to be patched. None of us knew the duper design the other team had created, so we would have to carry on with stick trades. We also used this opportunity to see which other teams knew about the crop row mechanic, as they would be the only ones that would be able to challenge our potato output. Our challengers would be the Disciples of Sun Tzu on Team 12, and the Devon Haters on Team 6. Devon is the lead organizer of the event, and Team 6 was comprised of the students from his university. After spending time making little progress with the villagers, we had only gotten 2 Fortune 2 books for a single Fortune 3 hoe. Another event pops up. 50% off all shop items.
Oh fuck.
What?
Items will be
Yeah.
50% off.
What?
Wait,
Is that worth?
Is there anything
That
worth
might actually be worth it.
If
Yeah.
we get 3 villagers and we just run back, honestly.
Ooh, books,
We start.
books,
It
books,
starts
books,
in 2
books.
minutes, so we have setup time.
Now, for a mere 30 potatoes, we could have our villagers at our farm, saving us the precious travel time between the village. The downside is that we would have to re-roll our trades again to get Fortune 2 or 3.
Oh my god, 37 Fortune 3, first villager, let's fucking go.
For how much?
37.
For Fortune 3, big.
I need paper.
With a little bit of dream luck, we immediately get a Fortune 3 villager for an insanely low price. The potato god has shined upon us. It is at this point that the admins become aware of our team's villager exploits, and their gaze would periodically drift in our direction for the rest of the event.
I was just told that Team 7 has a Fortune 3 villager, so I think you should go check that out. So yeah, apparently this team has a villager with a Fortune 3 hoe, is what I've been told. So the villager, they're using the villager to farm potatoes for them, basically. So I don't see that villager right now, but
It looks like they have a.
villager.
It looks like they have a librarian that probably has a Fortune 3 book. It's quite
Oh,
impressive.
oh, that must be what it means.
So interesting thing with this farm, I was just doing some math. They could, without a fortune pick, they could get around 3,200 potatoes in one harvest.
Interesting.
Wow.
And
It is a big farm.
if they have a fortune 3, they're looking at even more.
Okay.
Are they playing music? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah,
They are playing
they are.
music.
They do have a
Motivate
music
them or
desk.
something.
Some motivation.
That's right, yeah, because potato growth is exponential, so
Mhm.
each one you mine drops around 3 on average. So that means you can easily grow your entire farm very quickly, to the point where your limiting factor, your bottleneck, is your players, not your farm. So we'll see how quickly this team reaches that. They're getting pretty close to that point, so very interesting.
They were obviously aware of the same calculations we had done, and the music disc playing in the background would become the anthem of our success. Steadily and efficiently, we trade for and distribute Fortune 3 hoes to more people, and expand the farm until the next event, a handheld harvest. 2 times potato drops if picked by hand.
Stun host fine.
Handheld harvest.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh,
Ooh,
Farm by
big,
hand.
big, big,
No,
big,
it's farm by hand.
Bone meal, bone meal, bone meal.
Starting in
hand,
24
hand.
seconds. Starting in 24
Everyone,
seconds.
I think we should have people.
Starting by hand as well.
Hand?
Since
Everyone pitches in to take advantage of the event, and our strategy marches on. It is at the 1 hour mark, halfway through the event, that we deposit our first potatoes into the bank. You see, as long as we had an adequate farm space to plant all the potatoes, there is no reason to put them in the bank, because they could be growing more potatoes! However, the exponential curve was beginning to outpace our farm expansion, and even with our farm second level, so it was time to start depositing the excess. A few minutes later, the next event occurs.
It's really funny to say that my first weekend back at college and I'm just mining dirt the entire day.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is
This
that?
is a storm.
Storm.
Scrolls don't. That's fine.
Wait,
that's
well,
fine.
that doesn't really
Scrolls,
affect
that's
us.
fine.
A lightning storm? I'll be honest, I don't know what they were cooking with this one, but we thought it would be really fun if we were able to sleep through it.
Oh, can we sleep through it? Can we sleep through it?
Wait, try to sleep through it.
Okay, everyone report to the beds, to the beds, to the
Everyone
beds.
run back to base. Run back to base.
Sorry, yes, sir. That'd be funny.
Go, 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 go.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh shit, wait.
I like how
Do
they
we have
turned
a-
off phantoms.
Whoa!
Everyone, lie down. Everyone.
We all here?
Wait,
I just fell into the ravine. I'm coming.
7 out of 12. 7 out of 12.
I'm coming.
Come faster.
Go, 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 go.
Oh,
No, the fire!
Shopkeeper.
Oh!
No.
Oh,
It's
Oh!
Oh!
Let's go!
Huge, 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 huge,
Back to
huge.
normal.
Oh my God.
Back to normal. Back to normal.
Ha! Checkmate, admins. Not really, though. It came back a few moments later, but it was still really funny. During this time, the admins returned to make a few remarks about our farm.
Good heavens, somebody has built something
And
gigantic.
this is kind of where I want to chime in, because Team 7's just farm looks fantastic. It looks just massive. I don't even understand, like, I've played Minecraft with my buddies. We can never coordinate anything like this. We're either arguing on where our beds should be. So, me trying to fathom how well coordinated all these are is...
Yeah, this interesting thing about teamwork, right, is sometimes where you, if you can get everybody on the same plan, then just the mere fact that everyone's on the same plan trumps the question of having the best plan, you know, or optimizing. Optimization is critically important when it's just you, because the issue of teamwork is not even at play. But arguing over exactly which approach is going to be a little better than which other approach is really not as important as getting everyone all pulling the cart in the same direction.
Was it Team 7 that used the goose? Back us out?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so Team 7, when we were leaving the call, they started using the soundboard on Discord that was basically just a geese. So they just were quacking the whole time as we were leaving.
They
But they
cracked
got a
us
lot
off.
of camaraderie.
Yeah. But yeah, I
See,
mean,
it's that teamwork. It's that community effort. It's everybody signed up to the same goal is really important.
Technodad himself couldn't have put it better. Even a half-baked strategy executed as a team will beat an optimal strategy executed by individuals. But we don't half-bake anything except our potatoes. Our banked potato count quickly catapulted us to the top of the leaderboard, and with 35 minutes left in the competition, finally an event occurred that caused us to fumble a bit. The No Hoedown Showdown? Who named this one?
Pretty sure my roommate already went to go get dinner.
Oh no! Oh jeez.
You need okay. Switch.
Wait, so no hoeing.
Just switch. Just switch. Just switch. You can switch. You can
Just
switch.
make sure you hotkey
You
it.
can
Make
hold
sure
something else, pull it out, break, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can.
Okay.
We quickly adapted, but still slowed our progress at a time where we had not enough fortune hose in play to keep up with the crops reaching maturity. Kazoo also wanted me to include this funny moment of him malding over being 1 emerald short of a Fortune 3 book.
Boris, I'm so bad. I am 1 emerald short. I am molding.
Oh.
Okay, at least I planted these trees.
No, we don't.
No, I planted these trees.
Despite the minor inconvenience, our banked potato total was still skyrocketing. And even more so with the next event, the tick rate increase.
Dude, I'll go run on the
I'm
top.
Orf.
Boys, get ready.
It was all hands on deck in the final stretch to take advantage of the accelerated growth. Our plan was to stop replanting matured potatoes once the warp ended, since they wouldn't have enough time left to get a full growth cycle in, and then for everyone to uproot the farm at 8 minutes to turn in every last potato we had. But the admins came in with the back-to-back event and re-ran the levitation event from the beginning.
I'll go
Start
grab
getting bone
meat.
meal.
Wait, no.
No, it's in 2 minutes.
2 minutes, wait, what?
2 minutes.
What? Oh my god.
Boris, I just bone meal right
Oh, that's gonna be super awkward given we need to start harvesting then.
Alright, off I go.
20
23
seconds.
23 seconds.
Alright, get to the magma
Everyone
block. Get to the
start
magma block.
moving it towards
Okay,
the magma
I
blocks.
don't think I'm just gonna hop.
You guys get under the farm.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah, I'm just under the farm. So if we
Or
don't have
Hop
a
on,
hope,
hop on. Oh.
what's the current?
Oh no, my inventory's full of potatoes.
Alright,
No!
I'm fine.
I didn't
Yep,
get the
they're
effect.
on
Let's
you.
go.
Jesus.
I didn't get the effect either.
Hey, Boris, I
Wait,
want to
go,
you.
keep
Don't
farming,
worry.
keep
No,
farming,
trust me.
keep farming.
Go. Keep farming. Keep farming.
Stay under me.
Wait, where's
this
my
is the
hoe?
worst spot to be, Boris.
No, it's fine. I'm fine. I'm going into the
I
little
could
water.
hit you right now.
You could hit me. But again, it was barely a nuisance since it was such a short duration. And so, the time came to rip up our farm. The admins announced it was no longer a competition for first, but a race for second place for the remaining teams.
one of the things I've been
Now
noticing,
in 4th place. They've
Team
moved them up.
7 is not replanting their crops.
Really? That is
They
interesting now?
They've also gone on the Discord server where they have the VC, and they changed their bio to winning.
That is some.
We've definitely got a
Confidence?
hair situation.
I don't even
The
know.
turtle versus the hare.
Yeah, I think right now it's a battle for second place. Everyone's looking to see if they can get on the podium. I don't think anyone's catching almost 40,000 potatoes in 2 hours.
But then, as we were finishing our uprooting, the dreaded fall harvest happened.
Use the fortune pickaxes.
Quick,
Full harvest! Full harvest!
Deposit!
Oh my god!
Huge
Run, get
El
it!
Bozo. Thankfully, we had already harvested the majority of our farm, and it was more of a meme at this point. But one of the goofy admins had to come in and taunt us.
My inventory.
No 50K.
Oh no!
Hold on.
Watch us. No 50K. Really? We had over double the next team's potato count, and more than the next 3 teams combined. We whipped out the last of our bone meal and scrambled to get the few extra stacks we needed to push us over the edge to 50K.
Bone meal, go!
One meal,
I'm
let's
gonna
go!
take the wheat and the I'm gonna make
I
cookies.
still
Make
got a
cookies,
few
make
stacks
cookies.
to put in.
I got a stack and a half of cookies. Hold on.
We need more composters.
Yeah,
Two is
use wood to get composters.
right now. Don't worry.
Wait, break that jungle wood. There's
50K!
Yeah, I got
50K.
composters. I got composters.
Woo. We did it.
I need cocoa
Did we
beans
get? Did we
here.
hit 50K?
Yeah, we did.
We hit it. We hit it.
Oh.
Yeah, we have more. We can go more. Keep going. It's not over yet, boys. Keep going.
not over.
51.
Huge!
End off the last few minutes, we decided to build a starter house while the admins taunted our early declaration of victory.
It's good to see Team 7 celebrating really early. You can see them all just sort of grouped up together.
Oh, look at the house they're building.
We're coming down to the last 2 minutes here. I mean,
but they could lose.
Oh, they're posing for the camera.
Oh,
they
they're
know
posing.
we're watching
They're
them.
posing. Team 7's posing right now.
Hello, Team 7.
Doesn't it just make you want to smite them?
A little.
Oh,
bit,
can we please, we have the camera right on them.
What?
We could take at least 30k potatoes away from them, you know.
Can we just
then
smite
they
them?
had to scramble to.
Oh no!
Just a little bit of TNT. Just a little bit of TNT.
And one of them gave us a piece of TNT to end off the competition with a bang.
No, please.
Hey, 2 hands in.
Yeah! As a reward for the top 3 teams, we each got a chance to talk with Mr. Technodad himself. The second place team, the Disciples of Sun Tzu, used the opportunity to ask the important questions to the admins.
How'd 7 win then?
Wait, which team was it? Maybe what actually wasn't
7 won because they had Fortune 3 or Lunar.
Yeah,
We had that almost immediately from a ruined portal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from a real portal?
Yep.
Did it break quickly though?
Yeah, there was a lot of RNG that I think our
Well, they
team
had a villager
capitalized on.
trading it, so I don't know if that helped them in the sense, or
Yeah.
the entire team could, or.
Team 7 did a villager trade for Fortune. and that's-
Oh yeah, we only had one, and then that like
Um,
45 minutes left to get another one. Damn.
Yeah.
I made some Desmos calculations to try and figure out like
Oh,
if
yeah.
any shop items were worth
We
it.
paste that. Let's paste that in the chat. They're crazy.
That's
That's the craziest looking
Oh.
calculations
We had
I've seen in a while.
We had a master document going. It was crazy.
Yeah, so
Whoa.
the math unfortunately got a little bit out of hand as we like calculated with all the different fortune levels and everything, but it mostly just told us that we got to pump everything into farming, but boost bone meal at the beginning and last 10 minutes when potatoes don't harvest afterwards.
Yeah, Technodad, this team here did like a whole advanced math equation to figure out the best strategy. it was quite impressive. It's like technical level stuff.
The poor guys thought only one hoe was enough. Desmos calculations. I live and breathe Desmos. It's what I've been using this whole time. They thought no other team could do the back of the napkin math on fortune levels.
But yeah, I think it came down to just not quite being as well practiced or organized.
They could calculate all the potato yields they wanted, but they couldn't calculate the power of teamwork. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. I'd include the entirety of our team's chat with Technodad, but it's mostly us being incredibly awkward. But I'll include this last bit despite me barely being able to form a complete sentence.
I just want to say that I think throughout this whole event, the one thing I learned is that the real potatoes were the friends we made along the way.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Congratulations.
I
You
also
guys
wanna-
did a.
I also want to thank Technodad for not many people would think of turning a tragedy into a way to be a catalyst for something like transformative for thousands of other people, and I think the world needs more people like that.
Thank you, Technodad.
Thank you, and
We
thank
love
you
you.
guys for everything you've done to help as well.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yep. Thank you everyone who donated. Every bit counts. And yeah.
Mhm.
So with that, I think we're going to the next team with Technodad. So
Sun
good job,
Tzu.
Team 7.
Alrighty.
Good job.
Thank
Secret
you,
Society.
thank you.
You were the
Thanks for having
potato
us,
champions.
everyone.
the
Thank you
Spike
for
champions.
having us. We hope
We'll
you'll
come
let us
back
come
next
back.
year and do it again.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, we hope you'll let us come back.
Round 2.
Well, that's it. The story of how, not through impossible odds, but through strategy and organization and teamwork, I led an incredibly talented group of crafters to a seamless victory worthy of the potato farmers that came before us. It was an absolute blast to participate in this event, and go and check out the One of Us Foundation. They are doing some truly amazing work. The link is in the description. I'll leave you all with one last piece of wisdom. You better train for another 10,000 years if you want to beat us. We're coming back next time stronger than ever!